Hello there. It's Adrian, and you're welcome. Welcome back to the channel where I talk about my unfiltered thoughts and opinions that nobody asked for. If that sounds like something that you're into, like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into today's episode. Oh my god, you know what has been happening lately? I've been having a lot of technical issues, and I was kind of pissed. I was kind of pissed a little bit, just a little bit. Actually, a lot, but we're not going to talk about that. But you're welcome. Welcome back to the channel where I talk about my unfiltered thoughts and opinions that nobody asked for. If that sounds like something that you're into, like and subscribe. And without further ado, let's get into today's episode. I wanted to do this one thing. I wanted to start or go after this one career path, or I wanted to be friends with this person, but I also wanted to date this one person. But no, I want to dress like this and like that and express myself in these kinds of ways. But I don't know. I'm kind of like, I don't know what people are gonna think. Dude, wake up. What about them people? Hello. Come back to reality. What about the people? Oh no, but Adrian, they're probably gonna think that I'm dumb. They're gonna think that I'm weird. They're gonna think that I'm strange for going after this one thing or expressing myself in these kinds of ways. Should I tell you a secret? Yes. Yeah. Exactly that. They'll think that you're weird. They'll think that you're dumb. They'll think that you're strange, and they will judge you. They will judge you a lot, a lot, a lot. But then what? So, what if they judge you, What about it? What if they judge you, I don't know. It's like most of us, when we want to do certain things or we want to go after certain stuff, we always think about what other people would think about it. And that's normal. That's a normal thing, to be human is to care about what other people think of you or what people are gonna think about the things that you want to do. That's really normal. But what is not normal is you being paralyzed by that fear of people's judgment to the point where it's kind of like dictating every single thing that you do, every decision that you make, and even dictating the kind of person you choose to show up as. That because you're so scared of what other people might think of you or the things that you do, there is no even way for you to like fully be yourself, fully be you 100%, be the person that you were meant to be the person that you were brought into this universe to be, because of what you're so scared of what other people might think. And guess what? The same people that might judge you, or the same people that are judging you, also the same thing. They're also scared of what you might think of them, or what other people might think about them. And it's just funny. It's like, look at us human beings, look at us humans. We're all so scared of what other people are gonna think of us, but also the other people are scared of what we might think of them. And it's like, isn't that weird and funny and kind of cute, to be honest, because we're all just trying to get each other's approval in one way or another, when it comes to all the things that we want to do, and the kinds of person and the kinds of people that we want to be and show up as. Isn't that funny and kind of hilarious? To me, something that I really, really find cool in other people is when you guys want to do something, and then you kind of like start thinking, and you're like, oh god, I wonder what people are gonna think about this and that. And then they're like, okay, what about the people? Like, what if they think it's weird? Okay, what about it? So what does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with us? Let's just do whatever we want to do. This is not about them. This is not about other people. This is about us. I always find that really, really cool, because I have a friend like that. I really do. And we've been friends for a really, really long time. And they are just them, like fully themselves. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, sometimes they do certain things in public, and I kind of like get embarrassed by it. I'm like, dude, this is not the time for that. Like, read the room for a second, you know? Read the room. Also, on the other side, I just really, really appreciate the kind of person that they are, and how they're able to just fully be themselves, you know, be able to like allow themselves to be themselves and let their personality shine through, you know, just being unapologetically themselves without caring much about what other people think. I remember going out with them. It was at this one restaurant. We were being so loud, and we were just being weird because they're so weird, but in a really good and cool way. And because of that, because again, I'm also someone who just like lets myself be myself and do my own thing. But in certain spaces, I'm like, okay, I need to read the room. This is not the time for that. This is not the time to be loud and be all like funny and I don't know, and lousy, and be loud, you know. And because I was with them, because I was spending time with them, I just found myself just like unlocking that weird part or that loud part of myself. And we're just like being kind of weird, and we had to kind of like get kicked out of the restaurant. I mean, we were done with everything, but it was just like I sit here and think about that moment. I'm just like, God, I'm so grateful for that. I'm so grateful that I have people like that in my life. And yeah, even though sometimes I get embarrassed by them and the things that they do sometimes in public, I'm like, why are you doing that? Why are you acting like that? I still love them regardless. But again, I'm still able to like sit with myself and look back, and I'm like, oh God, I really, really appreciate those times and the fact that I have people like that in my life. Because I wonder if they weren't like that, if we would ever, if we would have like became friends. And the truth is, no, I don't think we would have become friends if they weren't like their true self, their true weird self. And I mean weird in a really, really cool way. And I just find that beautiful. And I'm not saying this like I'm like, one of those people that are reserved. I mean, I'm pretty reserved, I would say. But I also at the same time do not give a damn. I just do not. And sometimes I wonder where I got that from, that attitude from. And I remember I got it from my mother. I really, really did. Because she's just the kind of person who's like, oh, but this, but people, what about the people? So people are gonna think whatever they're gonna think anyway. Just do you, you know? Do whatever makes you happy. Be yourself. Do whatever makes you do whatever brings you joy, and just be yourself regardless of what people might think. And I find that just to be, I don't know, lucky. So next time you find yourself worrying about, oh, I wonder what people might think, and this and that, and blah, blah, blah. Yeah, the people are gonna talk, the people are gonna judge you, but what about it? You know, you don't wanna be like one of those people who are like really old, they're on their deathbed, and they're just like, oh God, I wish I'd expressed myself truly, and to like to my truest form. And I wish I would have done that. I wish I didn't care so much about what people thought. You don't want to be that. You really don't want to be that. You know, it's just, again, it's funny. It's funny how we're like afraid of what other people think of us, or what other people might say when it comes to the things that we choose to do and the people that we choose to become. But also the people that are judging you, they're also insecure, and they don't have that courage to fully be themselves. You know, everybody's scared, everyone is scared. Yeah, it's just, I don't know, I don't think you should be caring too much about that, you know. I don't think you should be caring too much about that. I know I don't. I know I do not. Do I sometimes think that, oh, but what are people gonna think when I do this? Yes, but I still do the thing anyway. I still do it anyway because I'm like, Okay, what if they think that? Yeah, they're gonna think that, but also what? Like, what does that have to do with me? It has nothing to do with me. What people think of you has absolutely nothing to do with you. It is none of your business. You know, every single person has their own fears and their own insecurities. So people, when people see you being your truest self and just you being able to be your own self and express yourself in ways that you want to express yourself in, and they want to do the same, but also they cannot imagine themselves doing that because they're so scared and insecure, and and scared of other people's judgment. They will project that onto you. It's like, oh, I'm not able to do that, I'm not able to do whatever I want because I'm afraid of other people's judgment. But you get to do that and you're not scared. Who do you think you are? I need to drag you back down here with me. How dare you? You can't just be walking out there being yourself and being happy while I stay here miserable. No, you have to come with me. And once you realize that everybody is scared, everyone is insecure, they're all scared of other people's thoughts and opinions and what they might think about them, you will get to this point where you're just like, you know what? It's okay. It's absolutely fine. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna choose to live my life like this and like that. And guess what? People are gonna judge. They are a lot, and that's fine. That's okay. But I'm also gonna do the thing that I want to do anyway because their judgment has nothing to do with me. That's all their projections. That's all their that's all them projecting their fears and insecurities onto you. And sometimes that doesn't come from a place of like hate. It's not like they do that because they hate you. No, I don't think that. I don't think people always do that because they hate you. Again, some they just a lot of the time they just do it because they are scared themselves and they can see themselves doing the things that you're doing because they're like, oh, if I do this, I'm gonna be a target. If I do something that is unusual and something that's like considered to be out of the box, other people are gonna see it and I'm gonna be a target. They're gonna judge me for it and they're gonna think this and that. And now that you're doing this, I don't want you to be targeted and I want you to be able to like fit in and like blend in. And yeah, it doesn't always come from like a bad place, but most of the time it just comes from this place of fear and insecurity because they understand that if you do that, then you're gonna be a target, and that might not be good, and people are gonna judge you, and I wouldn't want that for myself. So I don't want it for you. That kind of stuff. So yeah, sometimes you have to just look at people and be like, okay, that's I get that, but also I'm still gonna do whatever I want to do and be whoever I want to be. You know that you did not come into this universe to please anyone, right? You came here to just be you. Learn to fully be yourself and express yourself, and that's it. What other people think, that is none of your business. I don't think you should be sitting there listening to it or trying to like figure out, I wonder why they think like this. That is none of your business. Stay in your lane. Oh, but why do they think like that? You don't need to know. You don't need to know. That's none of your business. Everyone has their own fears and insecurities, and everyone is always projected, including you and I. Sometimes, if you're not aware of it, and be like, okay, I'm doing this. This is not okay. I'm just projecting. I need to shut my mouth and mind my own business. Because let's be honest, we all have opinions about how other people should live their lives and what they should be doing. And we all judge people. We are not saints here. So yeah, we're not gonna play the, oh, I never judge people. We all do. We all do. So yeah, what other people think of you is none of your business. Stay in your lane. Just do the things that they want to do, and understand that when you do things, people will judge you. They will have their own opinions about what you should do and what you shouldn't do it and how you should do it. If it comes from people that you love and you like respect their you respect their opinions, then maybe you should listen to it and look into it. But if it comes from people that you don't find to be like experts in that area of you of like your life, you know, or whatever you want to be talking about here, then just don't listen to it. Just be like, okay, anyway, so, and move on. That's it. You know, you don't always have to listen to everyone's opinions and what they have to say. You have a certain career path that you care about, and you want to go after that, go after that. You know, you want to be friends or date a certain person, go after that. Do what you want. If you make mistakes, you're going to learn from them. That's what it means to be human, you know, being able to like make mistakes and learn from them and all of that. So yeah, that's just a thought that I had, because I like saw a video online of this one girl. She was just like, oh god, I'm like paralyzed by this fear of what I think other people think of me, and I like sometimes cannot even do anything because I'm like too in my head, and even walking sometimes I start to like walk weird because I care so much. But like, what if they're looking at me? What if they're like judging? Like, stop it, stop. You did not come here to judge anybody. I mean, you did not come here to please anybody. That is none of your business. Just do whatever you want to do and focus on yourself. And what people might think or what they might, that's none of your business. Just do your thing. Do your thing. Just a reminder, just a thought that I had, and I wanted to share it. So, yeah, that's all I have to say for today's episode. Again, I love you. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Be brave, be courageous, be you, be yourself. Because a lot of people don't have the balls to be themselves. You think it's easy? It's not. It's not easy to just wake up and choose to be yourself in a world that judges and alienate people who choose to fully be themselves. So, yeah, that is all I have to say for today's episode. I love you. Take care of yourself. Like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Love you, and bye.